Now, the controversial High-Speed 2 rail line will move closer to becoming reality later when the plans are debated in the Commons. The bill is expected to pass despite an expected rebellion by some Conservative MPs, a reflection of how the proposals have divided opinion. We're joined from Burton Green in Warwickshire by John Reid of the HS2 Action Alliance campaign. They oppose the plan. First of all, tell us exactly what your opposition is.
Well, our opposition to this is very simple. HS2 is a huge waste of money that is not needed and not wanted by the British people. It's as simple as that.
And what effect are you saying that it will have on your area in particular?
Well, I don't think we should lose sight of the fact that actually this is affecting areas up and down the country between London and the first phase just north of Birmingham, and that many communities are being affected. But the bigger picture is this train is going to cost at least £50 billion. In actual fact, the Treasury estimates it's going to be £73 billion. It's a huge waste of money which will cost every single adult in Britain over £1,500.
But there are many of those who are saying that you simply can't stop progress and in all likelihood it will go ahead.
Well, this is not progress. I mean, it's absolutely not progress. This is quite the contrary to that. We're absolutely in support of infrastructure development, but anyone who travels on the railways knows that it's local commuter trains that need upgrading and modernising. The growth in intercity traffic between big cities is actually reducing, and the government's core argument that there is a capacity problem on the West Coast Main Line is a complete and utter fallacy. West Coast Main Line services from Virgin Trains run at 52% of capacity at peak time. There is no capacity crisis, and the government is absolutely, I'm afraid, misleading the British public.
And if this weren't happening in your area, would you still be at the forefront of this campaign? I mean, is it a case of this is really affecting me personally rather than what's better for the country?
No, it's quite the contrary. It isn't actually affecting me personally. I don't live anywhere near where the track's going to be. But like so many people in this country, I'm concerned about public money being spent well and not absolutely wasted in the way that this is being wasted. I don't live anywhere near the track, but I absolutely am completely vehemently against it because it's a terrible waste of money. Money that could be far better spent on other things. Yes, we need our infrastructure upgraded in this country. There is no doubt about that, but not on this complete white elephant that is not doing what the government says it's going to do, and which will cost towards £100 billion. These politicians today are in danger of acting against the will of the British people, and unfortunately it may well be that they vote for this bill, the second reading of the hybrid bill in Parliament today. If they do, they'll be defying the will of the British people, and I hope people will remember that when it comes to the general election. This train is not needed, not wanted, and it's a complete waste of money.
But you're saying that the infrastructure does need to be improved. What would be your alternative then?
Well, as I said before, yes, certainly there needs to be local infrastructure improvement. The connectivity between other cities in this country, between the sort of Birmingham's, London's, Leeds, Liverpool's of the country need improving, no doubt about that. Commuter trains need improving. Anyone who does a commute into a big city probably faces long delays, often in old rolling stock. That needs to be improved. Absolutely, we support that completely. But this is the answer to a problem that doesn't exist. Just to repeat, the West Coast Main Line between London and Birmingham is only 52% full at peak time. There is no capacity crisis. The government, HS2 Limited, are, I'm afraid, misleading the British population. And MPs today should reject this legislation. I'm afraid I doubt they will do, but if they do support it, they'll be going against the wishes of Britain's population. And in the last opinion poll, 53% of the British public were against HS2 and only 29% in favour. So there's a huge majority against it. And the central question we would pose is why is the Labour Party in particular propping up the coalition government against the wishes of the very people it's meant to support?
OK, John Reid, thank you for your contribution. As far as you're concerned, the British public are being misled over HS2. Thanks for joining us this morning.